I guess it should be a source of pride for us Jews that amidst the 4 mass extinctions of the Jewish communities in Rothenburg over 1,000 years, that at the very least, culminating in the Holocaust, no Jews here today, they killed all 2,000 in the Holocaust, that at the very least, the most beautiful part of the entire town still has the name Judengasse. This is Judengasse, Harova Yehudi, this is the Jewish quarter. You got to be, by Rov, I'm using what they use in Jerusalem. And that's really a misname because I don't think this city is divided into quarters like the old city of Jerusalem. But this is a Jewish neighborhood. And these are all actual medieval homes going back 600-700 years. They're almost in their original state. They've been, fixed up. But here you see that. And this was the entire Jewish quarter. So let's walk back to here. All here and here is Judengasse, the Jewish street. And I was just telling my wife Debbie that as I see, I've been to Germany countless times. I've spoken here, Debbie. I've been to Germany countless times. I've spoken here. I spoke to 250,000 German youth at the Ökumenische Kirchentag, the Ecumenical Church Day, which is sponsored by the German government every 2 years. And I spoke in English, and I could see their thirst for spirituality. But in any event, today, because religion, Catholicism, Protestantism is really dying in Germany. It's not like in the United States where we have a giant evangelical movement. But I was telling my wife that as I've been here many times, and I've been to all the Holocaust places and all the Nazi places. But as you travel through the Rhine rivers and the Danube rivers, and you discover it's almost like there wasn't one Holocaust. There were like 3 Holocausts. The first Holocaust was the Crusades, when they just marauding knights of the Crusaders just went through these areas along the Rhine River, along the Danube, and they just killed every Jew they could find. That was like a first Holocaust. Now, it may not have been 6 million, it may not have been mechanized, that's like the gas chambers, but it was the first Holocaust. And then you had a second Holocaust, when the Jews were murdered and slaughtered for the false accusation that they were poisoning the wells of Europe in the bubonic plague. Then you had a third Holocaust, when the Jews, like here in Rothenburg, 450, massive numbers back then, 450 Jews were murdered just outside the city gate because they were accused of desecration of the host, of torturing the body of Jesus by torturing the consecrated wafers that were stored in the church. If you can only imagine that, the Jews were sitting there and torturing wafers. So, and then you have the Holocaust, of course, under Adolf Hitler, that finishes the Jewish community almost completely. But it's almost like I'm beginning to question, when we speak about, in Germany, the Holocaust. Yeah, that was 38 to 1945, but really there were 3 that preceded it. And it makes you feel, wow, like, how can I ever, as a Jew, come to terms with that? And the people who perpetrated it, it's very, very hard. It really is very hard. Okay.